You're a homeowner and you want to know how to make your garage door smarter, better security, last longer, even prettier. On today's episode, we'll find out how. Welcome to the Garage Authority Podcast, powered by A1. I'm your host, Jonithan Phillips, and today we're going over the benefits of upgrading to a modern garage door. Now, the special guest that we brought, if I had to pick a person, I would pick somebody that travels all across the nation to teach all of our technicians on how to talk, how to communicate, what's the most updated things. So we brought in Dom all the way from Texas, bringing that Southern hospitality. How we doing, brother?
I'm doing fantastic, brother. And if I ever need an introduction wherever I go, I want you to come with me.
Dude, if you bring on people that you admire, it's pretty easy to do.
All right, don't make me cry.
So, how you been?
I've been fantastic, brother.
Yeah.
Holidays were well, so
yeah?
No complaints.
You ready to get back on the road?
Ready to get back on the road.
Yeah?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So, the reason that I wanted to bring Dom on is because whenever it comes to garage doors, when people think of modern, that's kind of a blanket statement, and I don't feel like a lot of people understand the benefits and what's out there. And since you work with so many techs and coach them and train them, I'm like, we're just going to get it from the source, from one of the top people in all of A1 Garage Door. So what makes modern doors different nowadays, coming from an expert?
Yeah, it's a really good question, because I know from my time in the field, and one of the things that I hear in the field, a lot of folks, and sure you heard it as well, the old saying of, I got my old wooden door. It's an oldie but goodie. And for all intents and purposes, they're not horrible. They were what they needed to be for the time. Mm-hmm. But now we live in a day and age where things are much, much better.
Right.
Now you have the option to go between an inch and a 3/8, a 2-inch with, styrofoam in the inside.
3-inch, yeah.
3-inch, whatever the case may be. And then you have different design patterns between flush, wood, wood grain. So nowadays, doors are just much better than what they used to be.
Yeah, a lot more options, it sounds like. Yeah. So how do they improve on security, which is probably one of the biggest concerns for any homeowner? When you have the biggest moving object in your home, the biggest hole for access, how has that gotten better?
And I don't want to say this to scare anyone, John, but, in our experience, and I've had to do this many times with garages that have been locked, it's really easy to break into a garage.
Super easy.
Yeah, very easy. The improvements that have been made is once you update your garage door and you go with a nice 2-inch or a 3-inch door, the chances of us getting into that garage become almost impossible.
Yeah.
And then now you have modern improvements now with, MyQ.
Yes.
And this is just a game changer, from being able to do everything from your phone, look into your garage and you see exactly what's going on. You can hear, open and close the door all from your phone. It's really changed the industry.
Now, what's new in efficiency and comfort? So kind of the cherry on top with all the security.
I would say that when it comes to efficiency and comfort, it all goes back into that MyQ.
Okay.
The MyQ is, I don't want to keep beating a dead horse here, but I said,
it's one of the biggest.
Yeah, it is the game changer. I remember when I was a tech in the field, one of the things that was always something that I would use to help my clients make their, decision is, do you want control over your garage?
Yeah.
And essentially, this is what it gives them. It gives you full control of your home.
Yeah.
A lot of folks don't think about it. They don't think that it is, all that important. But you just said it yourself. It's the biggest moving wall. And now if I can control that wall, it's game changer.
From anywhere in the world. And it's not just, the MyQ, the brain of the operation at the tip of your fingers. And then also with doors themselves, what we've been saying is you can get that wood aesthetic look while also not having a 500, 600, 800 pound door.
Yes.
And then it's not just us with our Max Life springs. Like, other companies are really upgrading with their spring length and making very, very high cycle springs that are going 80, 100,000, 200,000 cycles. Like, the comfort is there's options now where we can set it and forget it and not have to worry about it. And there's a lot of people out there, they've had garage doors that maybe they haven't serviced in 20, 30 years. We run into that all the time.
Absolutely.
They don't make stuff like they used to, or at least they didn't.
Yeah.
Now they do again.
Yes.
That whole, there's no more like like you got it off of Temu.
Yeah,
I mean, you can still get that door if you want to.
You can.
But if you want a door that's like, hey, I'm in my 40s right now. I'm going to give this house to my kids one day. We can get door options that are going to last it for the rest of the time you're in the home. That's what we talk about, comfort. And we can go on insulation and mini splits and all those things to make your garage like almost nearly a livable space again. But the biggest thing is whatever you think of, ask those technicians. And then anything or vision that you have for that garage, we can make it happen.
Yes.
Now, what styles and design? So, I mean, we're starting with like the most important things, longevity, security. Now we're going into just the style and a design advances that matter most or that you feel matter most to clients.
Well, you know what? That's a biased question because what's important to me may not be important to everyone else. But I will say that that is a very customer-specific question.
Yes.
And one thing that I like to coach on, and even when I was in the field, is I like to let, a lot of homeowners know we drive past white garage doors all the time.
Yeah.
And we think that that's the standard. When Sherwin-Williams offers 5,000 different color options that you can choose from.
Yeah.
So you can get any color that you want. When you go into the color, then you have to also factor in, and this is what I think is a little bit more important, how long are we going to be in this home?
Yes.
You touched on it just a second ago, but we have to understand that the garage door is an investment, and you have to hold me, true to this. I believe the return on investment now is what, over 200%?
I think it's 267.8.
The highest return on investment, of a home improvement that you can put on your home.
Not even close. Nothing's close.
Yeah, exactly. So when it comes down to it, when we're looking at new garage doors, we look at it just the aesthetics, but you also have to think, how much or what am I willing to invest into my home to get the biggest bang for my buck?
Right.
This is a home that I'm going to pass down to little Johnny, or this is a home that I'm going to stay in forever. Do I really want to invest in something where I'm going to have to put money into it every 3 years or what, or so? Or do I say, let's set it and forget it and I never have to worry about this thing? And of course you still have to do annual maintenance.
Yeah.
But outside of that, I mean, it really makes more sense to look out for the longevity of your home.
Or even the short term. Like if you're going to be in the home for a year.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we can just focus. Yeah, we got options for that. But like I said, my goal, and I don't think this is as common as it used to be, but me and my wife, the next house, like that's the house where the kids come back from college, on Christmas break or spring break. So I don't know, whenever it comes to not only garage doors, because I work here, so I think I'm going to be able to get something pretty cool, but I'm going to consider that when it comes to hot water heaters. That's what I'm going to consider to electrical. That's what I'm going to consider to my lawn care.
Yes.
Or is like what's going to be the best bang for the buck and longevity.
Yeah.
Now, do modern doors really reduce maintenance?
I think that's a double-edged question.
Okay.
I would say that it reduced the maintenance, no. And the reason I use this is you should have your door, like I said a couple seconds ago, maintained at least once a year.
Amen.
No different than how I go to the doctor every year for a physical. You take your vehicle in every year for, a checkup or tune-up or whatever the case may be. Your garage door is no different. You have to have it looked at every year. When I speak of, to answer your question, so your annual maintenance, no matter what, you're going to have that. But let's just say you decide to go with an option that's going to be a short-term fix. Yes, you're going to have to maintain that door a little bit more over the course of, let's say, 2 years or so than you would a door that is built to last 30 years.
Yeah.
So there is a difference when it comes to that. But ultimately, like I said, annual maintenance, very important. But if I get a door that is built to last, let's say, 15, 20, 30 years, of course, I'm not having to spend as much money in that door as I would something that is more of a economical option.
Right, for sure. Now, because I know that you're an instructor now, right? You're helping people. But what stories about the biggest upgrades? Because I love asking people that have been in the field that aren't there anymore. Is there a door that kind of speaks to you? Like your favorite, like maybe improvement, or you're just like, that was the best decision that homeowner could have made?
I will share, I won't say her name, but I will share one of my clients, and she's near and dear to my heart because It was a very unfortunate situation for her where her garage door was broken into.
Oh.
And we went in, and the only thing they did was break into the garage and put nails in her tire. But either way it goes, she had,
This is someone she knows.
Yeah, I said the same thing. But either way it goes, she had two 8x7, so two smaller doors on her garage. And when I went in, they were older, I think from the 60s. And I helped her get two new doors, beautiful doors with windows. They were, charcoal gray. And we went in, and I just happened to stop by her home because I was helping another client in the area. I said, let me swing by and check on her. While I'm here. And while I was there were a couple of her neighbors in the alley. And they see my van pull up, and it says A1 Garage, and they said, "Were you the one that installed these these doors?" I said, "Well, I didn't personally install them, but I did help her order them."
Yeah.
And the transformation that was made on her garage, they thought that she had a new garage built entirely.
Oh, yeah, so the whole building.
They thought that everything was new. They didn't think that the doors were new, but that just goes to show just how much those garage doors changed the aesthetic of everything. And like I said, she was happier than all get out. And it really made her neighbor say, you know what, I'm thinking of upgrading my garage doors here. Yep.
Curb appeal, it's the hugest thing. Dude, we've gone over modern doors, security, efficiency, style and design, maintenance, and then obviously helping our unnamed, very special client. Is there anything that encompasses the benefits of upgraded modern garage doors you feel like we didn't hit on for our listeners?
I will say this much. So it wasn't until I really started venturing around and start talking to people around the country. And in Texas where I live, our water heaters are in the garage.
Yes.
And when it's warm outside, which is all the time, if you turn your cold water on, it's never cold. It's lukewarm at best. And the one thing that I realized on my home, and I would tell anybody this, is it is worth upgrading your garage door if you want to have cold water, not spend so much money on your energy bill because it's having to work hard. It's hard to heat the water, cool the water, whatever it is. So efficiency, that's one of the most important things to me.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of people miss that or don't pay attention to that is the things that some folks, especially Florida, water heaters, the furnace, a lot of things are in the garage. And when it gets cold, we're talking about things having to work harder.
Right.
So it is absolutely worth it to invest in a better garage door and see that 36 to 39, sometimes 40-degree temperature difference inside versus outside.
You heard it here, folks. Garage door is not just about curb appeal or ROI. It's protecting and advancing your entire home. Mr. Dom, thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
All right, brother. Thanks for having me.